Hi guys, I want to share with you a few news articles that I found. Today's March 1st, 2010. We already heard it from several people on YouTube about the new home sales figures, and they're at their lowest point since they've been keeping records. And we've already heard that the existing home sales figures are dropping like crazy. But one thing that I haven't heard that I found is that, and I'll put this story up here in the information box, is that Americans' reliance on government is at an all-time high. And I'll read you a small excerpt. Without record levels of welfare, unemployment, and other government benefits, as well as tax cuts last year, the income of U.S. households would have plunged by an astonishing $723 billion, more than 4 times the record $167 billion drop reported last month by the Commerce Department. Moreover, for the first time since the Great Depression, Americans took more aid from the government than they paid in taxes. Guys, we are in serious trouble. We have not taken this much from the government than we paid in taxes for the first time since the Great Depression. We are in a depression, and I don't care what anybody says about it. I don't care how many economic experts on CNBC are saying, yeah, we're doing great, the recovery is getting better. This is all Keynesian BS. It's not getting any better at all. Now, I'm going to go on to another story, which is more trouble for commercial real estate. I'll put it up in my information box. Between 2010 and 2014, about $1.4 trillion in commercial real estate loans will reach the end of their terms. Nearly half are presently underwater. Banks are projected to lose between $200 to $300 billion. This is massive. This is going to cause many banks to go under. FDIC is probably going to go bankrupt unless they get bailed out. And I think that's what the government's going to do. They're going to keep printing money to try to bail out more and more of these banks and bail out the FDIC until the dollar inevitably will collapse. And it kind of brings up a small point to me when I'm reading this stuff. How do they expect the commercial real estate not to even get worse? When you have all these people relying on the government and such high unemployment, nobody's working and nobody's buying anything. And if they keep printing more money to pay for all these government benefits, what's going to happen is that people who are working and who are buying products are going to be dealing with massive inflation, which is going to cause them to buy less and less and less. And it's going to be a snowball effect with the commercial real estate, because when people are buying less, inevitably stores will be going out of business more and more often. So what's going to happen is complete economic collapse. There's no way around that. They're printing so much money, and I don't know. It just seems like they're doing it on purpose, and they're purposely keeping people blind to this fact. And it's scary that they're keeping people blind to this fact, because I wish that 10 years ago they just would have come out and said how bad things are, and we would have taken a massive depression in this country. But now it seems like through all their prolonging steps and by inflating the money supply the Keynesian way, they're going to cause a complete and total chaotic collapse. Maybe even something where our country falls apart, and maybe many world governments fall apart. And it's a scary time that we live in. I'm petrified for my children. If you don't know, I have 5 of them, aged 11 down to 1 year old. I'm petrified for their future. And I really wish that there was some way that the government could fix itself. You know, I was a big Ron Paul supporter, and I loved his conservative economic policies. I even have my photograph with him. And I doubt he could have fixed this that quickly. We're just snowballing, and it's completely out of control. The only thing causing people not to panic right now is basically the propaganda that CNBC and other news agencies are spewing forth. We're in a disastrous situation. Prepare yourselves now. Store your food, store your water, store gold and silver, get a bunch of firearms ready, get your gardens ready. We're in deep dog doo, people. It's going to get terrible. And I'll be continuing on with my series on how to prepare for the economic collapse. It's just snowballing out of control right now. If I had to put a figure on it, I think by the end of this summer into the holiday season, we're going to see some massive changes in this country. There's no way it can continue to float much longer. So anyway, take care, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.